Welcome back to another video. All right, so I think I'm gonna name this the booty talk series, okay? Because I asked y'all if y'all wanted part 2, and most of y'all said yeah. So we're probably just gonna make this a series. All right. Now I dropped several different videos today, okay? Several different videos. So the typical doom and gloom content, another topic somebody had requested. Hell, Ennui Blue requested a tax freedom day video. All right, so she wanted me to talk about taxes. So if y'all don't think y'all gonna like this type of talk, watch her video requests, learn about tax freedom day, okay? Because that's gonna be a lot more family friendly than this video. But as far as everyone else, if you like this type of talk, then this is for you, okay? Because I can talk about a female's ass all day long, all right? Trust me. So that's my little disclaimer. All right, for all my new viewers, just skip this video and watch the other ones. Skip this video and I'll catch you on another one, all right? But for everybody else, stay tuned. All right, so I got a video clip, okay? So what we're gonna do is we're gonna play the video clip and we're gonna talk about it. Now, the original clip is like an hour and 15 minutes, but obviously we're not going to play the entire hour and 15 minutes. All right, we're just going to do little small segments. But it's about this chick, all right? She linked up with this dude, and all he wanted to do was eat her ass, okay? That's all he wanted. And it got to the point where she put 2 and 2 together, and she figured out that's all he wanted to do. But I'm not going to spoil it. Let's just go ahead and watch it, and then we're going to talk about it. Stay tuned.
So yeah, this day is when it went down. This is when he got the name Groceries, y'all. So things was cool, but I was just like, the whole time he really was interested in eating the booty like groceries, y'all. And this was the first time anybody had ever did that to me. So I really was just like, oh my God. Y'all, I was really just like in love, like not with him, but with the situation, like with the, you know. So I was just like, wow, that's crazy, y'all.
All right, so she hooked up with this dude, right? And it got to a point where he wanted to lick her ass, okay? He wanted to eat her ass. She let him do it, and what happened? She ended up liking it. All right, she ended up falling in love with it because she said she never had it done before. No other dude ever did that to her. So when this guy did it, she ended up liking it. She was mind blown by it, okay? It was a new experience for her, all right? So out of all the dudes she dealt with, this was the first guy that wanted to lick her ass, and she loved it. And like I said, a lot of black females are very conservative when it comes down to their ass. I don't know why, because they always be twerking and all this shit, you know, but when it come down to licking the ass or fucking them in the ass, it's a different story. But sometimes if you're able to talk them into it, they'll end up liking it. You know what I mean? All right, let's go.
Yeah, so that night he was so fucking hot, y'all. Like, he was so mad at the situation because I was kind of irritated and he could tell I was standoffish. So you know what he wants to do? And I'm telling y'all, I swear to God, I'm not lying. When he was mad, he would want to eat the groceries. Regardless if it's me mad or if it's him mad at life or some inconvenience that happened, he wants to eat. That made him so happy. That made him everything, all his troubles went away. It would be like, you know what would make me happy right now? I'd be like, what? He'd be like, and I'll just be like, sometimes it was a good thing, it was cool, but then other times it got fucking weird, and I'll explain that later too.
All right, so this dude, all he wanted to do was eat her ass, okay? So when he was mad, when he was frustrated at the world, that was his go-to, just licking her ass, okay? And it's crazy because, like, your brain will release a tremendous amount of dopamine when you're doing something that you're really into, okay? It was beyond a fetish at this point, okay? I'm not gonna say it was a fetish, it was beyond that. Because whatever it was, whatever his frustrations were, if he was stressed out, eating her ass she even said that, eating her ass would calm him down. Pretty much all his troubles would go away. And that was his go-to, okay? So, yeah, and I mean, it's true, because like when you're doing something that you're really into, yeah, your brain releases dopamine and it makes you feel good, just like regular intercourse or whatever, okay? So, but his case was very extreme, okay? If somebody pissed him off at work, licking her ass would make it better, okay?
He wants to eat. That made him so happy. That made him everything, all his troubles went away. It would be like, you know what would make me happy right now? I'd be like, what? He'd be like,
All right, and she even admitted when he would give her the look, okay, he would give her a certain look. She already knew it was going down. He wanted to lick her butthole, okay? So it's pretty much like she was submissive. She gave in to him. She had sympathy for him, okay? Because whatever he was going through, she would let him lick it, and then he was good after that. All right, but let's get back into it.
So anyway, and he was just so obsessed, and that was really the whole thing. The whole time, that's all, that's it. And he was so happy, and that was it. And he was satisfied with just eating the groceries, y'all. So I was just like, you know, I could care less, because I was happy too. Everybody was happy. So anyway.
So she mentioned him doing that would make him happy, and I totally understand what she means, okay? Because I'm the same way, okay? And honestly, I don't even have to lick a girl's ass. Just me seeing it, okay? Just looking at it will drive me nuts. It'll release all kind of dopamine, okay? Yeah, so I totally get what she's saying, because when you're into that, yeah, just the mere sight, just looking at it will drive you insane, and it's gonna make you very, very happy, if you will. You know, it's gonna make you excited. You're gonna get excited just by looking at it. Because I'm the same way, okay? I'm the same exact way when it comes down to a female's ass, all right?
We good like that, whatever, like that, boom, boom, boom. So I ended up going with him, you know, and that shit repeated for like a few days, and it got tiring, y'all. It got so fucking tiring. It was to a point where I was barely at home, and if I did go home, I'll go home for like an hour. And y'all know what this crazy motherfucker, not crazy, he wasn't crazy, but this clingy ass boy did when I'll go home, and I'll be like, okay, well, I'm gonna go home and just hit me up later, you know, come get me later or whatever. We go to the room. He would sit outside the house. So I was just like, nah, he would sit outside the house. One day I fell asleep, and it was probably like 2 hours passed. He blowing my phone up, and I fell asleep, y'all, and my phone wasn't even by me because it was on the charger, and I think it fell off the bed, and my phone be like on vibrate. And yeah, so eventually I end up answering, and he like, what you doing? Like, you know, I'm gonna come see you. And I'm just like, oh, okay, I just woke up. Well, you could make your way over here, because he didn't live close by me. So I'm like, you can make your way over here, just let me know when you're here, I'll be ready. He's like, I'm already outside. What? You already, why are you outside? Why are you outside?
And another thing I wanted to throw in, women do not like when guys are clingy like that, okay? Even if she do have something that you want, I mean, let her cling to you. Don't be clinging to her, because she's gonna put you in a category you don't want to be in. So I mean, yeah, that wasn't a good look. I understand what he wanted from her, but at the same time, that wasn't a good look, because she just sees him as needy. She know what he really wanted, but at the same time, she's looking at this dude as just being needy. And that word I don't like using that word, but she probably seen him as a simp too, because he always wanted to be around her. So let's get into it.
So anyway, so this next day, this is when shit started getting annoying. I was already kind of irritated, because it's like we spending so much fucking time together, and I be needing time to miss somebody. I be needing time to breathe, and he really wasn't trying to give me that time, because he had to keep. I don't even think it was me, y'all. It was me, because we did click good, but I really think it was my ass. I really think it was my ass. Like, I'm not even lying. I really swear, like, I have.
All right, so dude was mad clingy. All right, he was clingy. He always wanted to be with her. He didn't want to let her out of his sight, and she just put two and two together, okay? Because she realized every time they link up, he always wanted the booty hole. All right, that's all he wanted. So she finally just put two and two together and realized it was just her ass. Okay, she admitted it was just her ass. That's what he wanted. That's why he always wanted to be with her. He didn't want to let her out of his sight. Okay, because as soon as she out of his sight, he think about that booty hole. That's what he wanted. So she finally just put two and two together. It's like, all right, that's all he want to do. That's pretty much all he want me for. That's what she was thinking. And I mean, she was right. That's all he wanted the whole while. Okay, but let's get back into it.
And we go to his friend house. Mind you, we had been to this one friend house before, and they had lived, it was like a few people that lived in this apartment. Man, y'all, they was dirty. It wasn't dirty like the chop house dirty, but it was dirty. Like, oh my God, y'all, they had roaches too. I know y'all probably thinking like, do everybody got roaches? But anyway, so these people, man, so we stayed there, and I'm just like, he was telling me like, I promise you, we're gonna leave, we're gonna get a room. So I kept telling him, I'm gonna Uber home. You know, I understand you're not trying to drive your car right now because it's too much going on, but I'll go home. Man, he was not trying to let me go home. He just was like, I just don't understand how you would leave me by myself in this situation, and I can't. But mind you, I didn't want to stay at them people's house. We had never went to go get no room. It was hot as fuck in there. I got bit by roaches, y'all. I got bit by roaches.
For those of you that are not aware, cockroaches do bite, okay? It's similar to a spider bite, but they do bite. It's not common, but they can bite you when you're asleep at night. Let's go.
And I didn't see a roach bite me, but when I woke up, I had bite marks, and I'm just gonna assume it was a roach. The roach situation was so bad to where, you ever been to somebody's house and you ignoring their roaches? No, it was bad to where they get so close, like they wanted to eat my fucking food, because we eventually got food, and they get so close to me to where I was like, hey, like you know, get him. You know, that's how bad it was. And it would be like, everybody laughing. It was all just stoners and shit, and they just laughing like that's the bro or something. Like, I don't know, it's weird. But anyway, so he kind of like made me feel bad about that situation. Like, oh, if I would have left him, y'all, you know what he said, what would make him feel better? Yeah. So that's what he did. Not in the roach house. We ended up going to his car outside, and that's what happened, y'all. And it was just like, at this point, I'm just thinking like, you know, this is fun and all, but I want to go home, y'all. He was not letting me go home for nothing in the world.
So they left the rat-infested house, went to his car, and he licked her butthole. Okay, he told her that would make him feel better. They went to the car, and she let him do it. And she admitted it was fun, but it was to a point where he was doing it so much, she was kind of getting tired of it. But she would still let him do it, but at the same time, she was getting a little jaded. All right, let's go.
Next, I just told him I just needed a day to myself, y'all. So this is what he did, y'all. So I ended up putting my phone on Do Not Disturb. I told him this too. This is what I was going to do. I just needed a day to myself. Mind you, we've been spending every day for 2 weeks together. Every day, sun up to sundown. Like, bro, just give me a break. Like, even if he would have gave me just some hours of a break, it would have been cool. But it's like, you just want to be like this every day, like all day, every day. It was so annoying.
Now, most people would call that dude a simp, okay? But it's not that he was really a simp. He just wanted her butthole, all right? That's all he wanted. That was the whole motive for him getting with her in the first place. And like she said, they was together from sun up to sundown. It was to the point where she just felt like she needed some time to herself. And that was difficult for him to do, okay? He couldn't give her time to herself. It was just too much to ask. But that's all he wanted. And it was to a point where it was just hard to let her go, even for a day. She had to put her phone on Do Not Disturb. All right, but let's get back into it.
But I don't know, it just was irritating, y'all. Okay, so I was at home. I put my phone on Do Not Disturb. Y'all, I'm getting all these fucking phone calls. I have so many missed phone calls, so many text messages. First it was from him, then it was from another number. Y'all, next you know, my grandma come and knock on my door. She like, Moni. My grandma called me Moni. So she's like, Moni, somebody at the door for you. So I'm like, who? She said, I don't know. I don't think you would know this man. I don't think you would know somebody like this. Mind you, I said if she seen him, she would have probably passed out. So I'm like, what? So I'm already thinking like, either it's somebody trying to sell something, or I know he's not at the door. I didn't even look at the messages. So I just grabbed my phone and I walked to the door. It's him at the door. You weren't answering your phone. What's going on? I'm like, I was asleep, but my phone's in my hand. So he like, but your phone is in your hand. So I'm like, yeah, I just woke up. Like, what are you doing here? And he's like, I just want to see you, you know.
Now, how do you think she's perceiving this guy at this point? Okay, she put her phone on Do Not Disturb. She told him she needed some time to herself. And this dude still showed up to her crib, all right? He still showed up. So, like I said, it's not a good look.
Now he like, can you just come with me, whatever? Like, can we go to the room? Yeah. So I'm just like, he's like, get some food, something. So I'm just like, give me a sec, okay? So he sit down. I mean, he go in the car or whatever. I come back out. My grandma like, everything good? I'm like, everything good. She's like, you leaving with this person? I'm like, grandma, it's cool. Like, so he telling me how we about to go to the tattoo shop and he gonna get my name tatted and all this other dumbass bullshit.
So there he is being clingy, okay? She put her phone on Do Not Disturb. He was still trying to hit her up, all right? And then he show up to her house. And she was talking to her grandma. She really didn't want to go. She was rolling her eyes, whatever. And then he talking about he gonna get her tattooed on him, or tattoo, whatever. Hey, all you dudes out there, never get a female tattooed on you. All right, I'm just letting you know, don't do that. All right, but at this point, she's seeing this dude as whatever. Okay, she's seeing him as needy. Okay, she already know what he really want, but he's just taking it to the extreme. All right, let's go.
Y'all, so we end up getting off the freeway. This is crazy. We end up getting off the freeway right there on Crenshaw and Imperial. Right when we was turning, he hit the little thingy, like the little divider thingy. When he hit it, it like fucked his tire up. He had rims, so it like it popped the tire. So we end up pulling into the train station parking lot, y'all, right? He's hot. I had just went with him to go buy these rims, and he paid a lot for them too. He's hot. He ended up calling his brother like, man, can you come with my other car and come get us? I'm about to get my car towed. This happened. He mad. He like, man, I just spent all this fucking money, and I gotta get this fixed. I'm about to replace my rim. I gotta get more tires. I'm trying to pay my car, so I gotta deal with this bitch. And he just ran into himself. And at this point, I'm just like, but anyway, y'all. So he's yelling, ranting, whatever, blah blah blah, right? So next thing you know, he was like, I'm sorry to just say it like this, but I need it. And I was like, you need what? He would never directly say, let me eat your ass. But he would just be like, I need it, or, you know, or stuff like that. So I was just like, need what? And he was just like, you know, like, can I just, I feel like that right now, that would just calm me down. And I was just like, at this point, because I was irritated. So it wasn't even a pleasure thing for me at this point. It was more of a, here, y'all, it's sad. It was more of a, oh my god, okay, like, do it. Like, it wasn't.
See, so she just told you it was to the point where she wasn't getting pleasure from it no more. He kept wanting it so much. She said she would just pull down her pants to let him do it, just get it over with, pretty much. So yeah, she would pull down her pants and let him lick her butthole just to get it over with, just to make him happy, pretty much. But yeah, when he would ask, she would kind of play dumb. When he would say he needed, she knew what he was talking about, but she would just play dumb with him because she was getting tired of it. She would kind of like make him beg for it, but she wasn't getting nothing out of it. Okay, and yeah, when she would let him do it, she just wanted to get it over with. Okay, just so he can shut the hell up and it'll be done till he wanted the next time. All right, let's go.
So anyway, so he ended up doing that. And mind you, this was so embarrassing. Why when he was doing it, the tow truck driver put up and he kind of seen what was going on. And I know he probably was like, the fuck y'all want to eat ass at a time like this? You know?
Yeah, so it was in the broad daylight. The tow truck driver pulled up and saw what he was doing to her. And he was like, damn, y'all doing this in broad daylight? Yeah, I guess she was embarrassed by that. He probably didn't give a shit, but I'm sure she was probably embarrassed by that because she didn't want to do it in the first place. She just did to let him do it so he could be happy, but they got caught red-handed doing it.
Embarrassing. Thank God the brother pulled up because I was not gonna get in a tow truck with that guy because he seen what was going on. He even laughed. Like, he was like, oh, like, oh, you know, and it was so fucking embarrassing because I was already irritated. It just was crazy as fuck. All this dumbass lies and shit. I was just over it. So I'm like, nah, I'm cool, man. When I was cool and I was not giving in to this, oh, I need to eat some ass shit, it was a motherfucking rap, y'all. He was so hot. And mind you, he had got me this chain. And the nigga's an Indian giver because when I didn't want to deal with him no more, this was him. Well, since you don't want to see me no more, it's been 2 days and you don't want to fuck with me. You don't want to mess with me no more. Then I need my chain back. So I'm like, okay, cool, you can get your chain back. I'm like, hey, if you want to pick it up now, my sister's over here. I'll have her bring it outside to you.
So here he is trying to get his chain back. Now, recall when he said he was going to get her name tattooed on him. So that's why I say don't do that, because relationships are not guaranteed. And as you see, they're starting to part ways. So if he got her name tattooed on him, that would have been a dumb move. Okay, so that's why I say just don't do that. All right, let's go.
Y'all know what I did? I didn't use him, but I doubled back, but only to get the groceries ate, and then I did. I'm gonna pull up, get them groceries ate, and then that's literally all I did. He was hot, and after that, I ain't never talked to him again.
All right, so after they part ways, she hit him up in the future just to get her ass licked again. Okay, so yeah, I guess she was thinking about it. No other dude licked her ass, so she hit him up to get her ass licked. All right, but that's all I'm gonna play. It was longer, but I'm gonna stop it right there. So like I said, I don't think it's cool to be clingy. Okay, I understand he wanted something from her. He wanted that booty hole. Okay, and she gave him the booty hole, but I mean, at the same time, you just got to draw a line, you know, you don't be too clingy, you know what I mean? But, I mean, I know it's hard to control that urge because I love looking at females' ass, all right? Like I said, I know it's hard to control, but you gotta control that inner beast, you know, you can't be clingy like that. Because it got to a point where he was almost like borderline stalker status. He was like borderline stalking her, okay? So I ain't never stalked no female, not like that, okay? Yeah, it just, that's why she was kind of weirded out. I mean, if he did it a little more in moderation, you know, she probably would have been cool with it, because it got to a point where she didn't really, like I said, take pleasure from it no more. Like, she would just let him do it just so he would be satisfied, okay? But if he did it more in moderation rather than being with her every day and doing it every single day, then yeah, it probably would have went differently. And she even mentioned earlier that this dude was perfectly satisfied with just licking her butthole. Okay, he didn't need nothing else. He didn't need her to suck him off. He didn't need to smash. He didn't need her to do nothing else. If he could just lick her butthole, he was perfectly satisfied with that. Okay, and some guys even jerk off when they look in the girl's butthole, and that's how you satisfy yourself, by doing that, okay? But that's what she was trying to say in so many words, okay? She probably didn't want to get banned on the platform she was on, so she couldn't be too graphic, but I'm pretty sure that's what she was trying to say. So yeah, he was good with that, okay? And I totally understand, but at the same time, you know, you gotta draw a line. There was a young lady my mother had knew at a car dealership, okay, because my mother would take her car to this particular dealership to get it serviced, and I guess over time she became friends with this young lady, okay? And she had asked me if I had wanted to meet her, okay? She asked me, and I was like, yeah, whatever, I guess. So eventually my mother had invited her over to her house for a holiday, and I hadn't met her, all this stuff, you know. We had started talking, not boyfriend or girlfriend, but we had to start talking, you know. And it got to a point where when she would get off work, she would drive to my mom's house. If I was there, if I was in town, and I would just talk to her, you know, we would hang out, whatnot. But one day I had asked her if she ever got her ass licked and if she was into that, and she said yeah. So when she would come visit my mom's house, we would go in her car out in my mom's front yard, and I would lick her ass. She would let me do it. And she was into anal too. But it got to the point where she had asked me, she was like, hey, is this the only reason you want to talk to me? She had asked me that. She was like, is that the only reason that I was interested in talking to her? And I was kind of shocked she asked me that. And when she did, I just lied. I said, no, of course not. You know, I like you for your personality. I think you're a sweet person. I just lied. If somebody asked me that, I'm not going to tell them the truth. I'm not going to be like, yeah, I only want you because you give up the ass. No, I'm going to tell them some BS. You know what I mean? So I told her that, and she was like, oh, okay. But yeah, deep down inside, that's all I wanted to do with her. And I told my mom that. I was like, yeah, that's all I do with her. I do this. And my mom was like, are you serious? Really? I was like, yeah. Because she didn't know she was that type of chick. Like, she presented herself as like, you know, the typical nice girl, but she wasn't the least bit. I told my mom that. I was like, yeah, that's all I do with her. That's all I want to do with her. And she's like, oh, wow, well, I shouldn't have introduced you to her. I was like, well, you shouldn't have, but you did. So, but yeah, it got to a point where she would come over. We just go in her car, and I would do that, you know, or just fuck her in the ass, you know. She was into that heavily. But at the same time, I wasn't clingy, okay? I wasn't hitting her up every freaking day. I wasn't showing up to her house stalking her, you know. So I wasn't like the dude in the video clip, because he just took it to a whole nother level. Yeah, that's what I wanted to do with her. That's why I enjoyed, but it wasn't to the point where I was just becoming clingy. I was like attached to her, because like I said, you don't want to do that, all right? It's not a good look, you know what I mean? So it's better if they just cling to you. You do something they like and they cling to you. Yeah, so every time she would come over to the house, it would just be that, okay? We'll go out into the car and just do that. And I had started getting creative with it. I had asked her, was it cool if I recorded it? And she was cool with that. And I had used a GoPro to do it. I had a GoPro Hero 5. Matter of fact, this right here, okay? This is a GoPro Hero 5. I had it mounted up in her car. So each time she would come over, I would mount it up. because it comes with like a suction cup and you can mount it to the glass. So if you position it the right way, it'll capture everything you're doing. Okay, so she would sit in the passenger seat, let it back, you know, and just lay on her stomach, and then I just do whatever, and the GoPro would catch the footage. And you can mount it to like the side glass, you can mount it to the windshield, wherever, and it'll capture the footage. So what I would do, like, I would take out the SD card, upload to Google Drive, you know, she would have the password and she would watch it. So I don't know what she would do it herself while she watched it, but yeah, she would watch it. And when I would talk to other females, you know, I would tell them about it, and they had wanted to see it too. So I would let them watch the footage, and I guess they liked what they saw because they would ask me to do it to them. So not every female wanted her ass licked, but some of them wanted to get it done and they liked it. So, but I can't say if a female never had her ass licked and you do it correctly, you do it the right way, she's gonna like it more than likely. But yeah, if a female want her ass licked and she asks me to do it, I'll stop what I'm doing just to do it. Okay, it takes precedence over everything. All right, it gets prioritized. And I don't even care if she just get off work. If she just put in a 10-hour shift and she's sweaty and nasty, all right, bet I'll still do it. Okay, because like I said, I enjoy body odors. All right, so it just turns me on more when they're nasty like that. All right, I don't mean like hygiene nasty, I just mean like after working or sweaty, you know what I mean? That's what I'm trying to say. Yeah, because the female that worked at the car dealership, she wouldn't go home and shower first. She would come straight to the house, you know? So yeah, she was just getting off like a freaking 10-hour shift. So yeah, she's full of body odors. That might sound nasty, but it is what it is, you know? I have no shame in that. Yeah, but as far as that video footage that I have from the GoPro, I would love to put it on here so y'all could see it, but I'm sure that would not end well, okay? This channel would be terminated quick like. So yeah, I like to say that God screwed up mostly everything, but he did good with the female's ass. Okay, he did great when he created the female anus. Okay, yeah, he didn't screw that up. He did a very good job with that. And I say that because I think a woman's butthole is a very beautiful part of her body, because usually, you know, what gets attention from a woman, like her boobs, some guys like feet, you know, things like that, it gets all the glory, but her butthole does not. And I just think it's a beautiful part of a woman's body, you know? So yeah, that's just me. Some of y'all agree too, I'm sure. Now, that first video I made, y'all got a kick out of that video. What did I say? What did I say? I like the look, feel, and smell of a woman's ass. Yeah, so y'all like that video, so what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna keep this series going, all right, since y'all like this so much, and I feel y'all had asked me about it too. But I wasn't expecting y'all to like it as much as y'all did. I'm surprised a lot of people actually liked that video. Okay, a few people thought it was gross, but most of y'all liked it. So yeah, y'all y'all are funny. All right, so I hope y'all enjoyed the video. I'll be doing more reactions like these, okay, and this series will continue. All right, so I'll catch y'all in the next one. Y'all be easy.